Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Harish, and in this channel I talk about how you can build pretty much anything without coding. Today is APIs time and also Thunkable time. What you see on the screen along with me is the Thunkable app that I'm going to show you how to build. What this app does is uses an API to pull how to greet in different languages every time you open the app, right? So this is how you greet hello in this language, right? Now let's see how to quickly build this without writing any piece of code. So let's get started. Great. So as you can see, the demo of the app, we have a emoji, we have the language or the greeting and then language and then the API credit. The API that we are going to use is called greetingsapi.com, built by Amit. Found this on his Twitter profile, and it's a very simple API, and you can pretty much integrate this API into whatever you want to build. And this is how I'm going to show you how to use Thunkable as a platform to build a use case around how to use APIs and build a mobile app, right? Let's keep this short. Let's jump into Thunkable. Create an account on thunkable.com, and if you already have an account, this should be your dashboard. I'm going to quickly create an app. Just call this greetings demo and then select a quick category, call it entertainment, and then click create. Now I'm going to just select this because their new UI is very intuitive. Once you have your canvas, let's go back to the demo. We have one image or one text. Emoji is a text piece. In fact, all of them are text, right? And then there is a loading icon that comes up when the fetching is happening. So we have about 5 components. Let's quickly add these 5 components into the page, right? So to add the text, I'm going to add labels, and we need 3 labels on top. So 3 done. Actually 4th also done, which is going to be the footer, which is the API credit. Whenever you're using anything built by somebody else, make sure you learn to give credit to them. After that quick yarn, let's quickly add the loading icon, which is the last component that we need here. I'm just going to add it here. Now let's align these items, right? This, I want the size of this to be about 54. Let's also get the emoji itself and wave emoji, and yes, let's copy it and replace the text with the emoji itself. Now this is good, looks good. Align it to the center and then also align it to the center of the canvas, so when the user opens the app, it is in the center. Now this also text should be in the center, right? I'm going to just drag it a little down and then the loading one to be a little on top, so that we are able to show it when we're calling the API, right? Now that it is centered, I'm going to pull this a little down and remove the label, and also rename this to greeting text label. Sorry, greeting text label, and also change this one to center align again. Then change the font size to, let's say, about 32, and then remove label and call this language label. And then also update the text size of this to, let's drag this a little below and update the text size here to about 52, so that the greeting aspect is very clear, right? So let's see, text, align this. I'm just using the test text to align it to the center and make sure it is looking good. Right now disable this, and now loading icon should be visible by default, and we have to hide it once the API call is done. So our components are ready. Oh sorry, I forgot the credit part. So let's API by Amit. Now let's just center align this and also align it to the center of the canvas as closely as possible. Right, perfect. So our layout is done. Let's quickly jump into the blocks and build the logic for this. If you know how to use Thunkable, Thunkable is all about dragging and dropping blocks and building the logic for the whole app. Now I am going to go to blocks from here on the top left corner, and here what I'm going to do is quickly click on advanced here on the bottom left, click on plus here, and the URL that we are going to call is this. So go back to Thunkable and paste it here. Nothing else. We don't have to change anything here, because for this API, these are the basic settings. It just a get call and you will get the response from the API. So we are not going to change anything else, and click on submit. Now let me move myself back to position. Great. Now let's add the logic to this. Click on screen 1, and when the screen opens, we need to call the API by default. So what we are going to do is loading icon. Let's quickly set it to visible when the screen opens. This is true, so click on logic and get the true attribute and paste it here. And the next one is obviously the web API. So what we're going to do is call the web API. So it is going to be call this API. Now when the API is done, we need to display the labels, right? Appropriate text in the label. So what we're going to do is click on each label. One is language, one is greeting. So I'm going to do greeting and drag and drop this one. Then I'm going to do language labels, drag and drop the language label, and then also hide the loading icon. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate this, paste it here, and change this to false, so that we hide the loading and the text, actual text is shown. Now inside these two labels, what we are going to do is read the response. Oh, sorry. To be able to read the response, what we need is to, this is the typical JSON response that we get from the variable. So what we are going to do is read the JSON response directly. For that, we need to go to text, sorry, we need to go to objects and to get property of object for both. So we'll change it for one and then get it for the other. And along with this, go back to objects, and from here get object from JSON is the one that we need to link to the object, and then go to text or just drag and drop response here and put it here. Property name here is going to be first one is greeting, and we'll just duplicate this and add it here and just change this to language. Now this is set, right? When the app screen loads, loading icon is shown, and along with that we call the API, get the data, and then show it to the user. I would highly recommend for you to also handle the other cases where if the API is not responding, what do you show, right? For keeping this video short and crisp and keeping it to the point, I'm not just going to do all of that, but make sure you handle the errors as well, which may occur, right? Now the next one is, if somebody clicks on the API credentials, it should ideally go to some URL, right? Which is, let's use this URL and send the users to the API page itself, right? So what I'm going to do for that is, let's go back to design and find out the label, right? This is label 4. So I'm just going to change this to API credit, and which is why it is important to rename all these to readable ones so that you know which one is what, right? Now I do this, and when somebody clicks on this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to control and do open link. Inside the link, I'm going to just paste this, which will open the browser for the user on whichever device they are using, right? So let's quickly see, test this out and see if it works. I've just clicked play and loading loads. That's it. Now depending on the size that you use, you can always change the alignment. Preview in a new window will also have a quick demo here as well. You can also test this on the Thunkable app and see how it looks on mobile as well. So you can pretty much run this on mobile or desktop or any platform, right? Just the URL, or you can export the project and install it wherever you want it, right? So that's how you quickly build an app in Thunkable. And an addition to this is probably add a refresh button here itself in the app, so that when somebody clicks it, you get a new one. Some of the use cases are probably, if you're building an app, greet the user when the app opens up, right? So that's one way to potentially use this API, or just have it included in your app itself at some corner wherever you are greeting your user. And if you liked the content and found it useful, drop a like below and consider subscribing. And if you know somebody who's looking for developers to build something, send them here, because this channel is all about building stuff without coding. See you in the next one. Peace.